Wolves chairman Harry Marshall, taking his seat in the front row of the director's box, said it'll be 2 or 3 weeks before a new manager is appointed. And in the meantime, Ian Ross, 4 rows back in the grey coat, just talking there, is the acting manager, and he was a Liverpool player here at Anfield for 8 years. He's made 3 changes in the Wolves team for his first match in charge, and there's a recall for Mick Matthews, Wayne Clark and Hugh Atkinson. As for Liverpool, they're unchanged after a thrilling League Cup tie against Barnsley in midweek, and despite those numbers, Alan Kennedy, wearing 8, will play left back. Number 5, Ronnie Whelan, and number 3, Mark Lawrenson, will both be in midfield. The referee is David Hutchinson from Harrogate. And Wolves hoping to end one of the longest sequences in football. It's 30 years since they won at Anfield, and 10 years since they scored a goal. Indeed, John Richards was on target the last time that happened, back in 1972. Long kick by Bruce Grobler, and Gallagher having to adjust his position, rather, with Russian attendance. But he made it, Gallagher. Here's Berry. And there's Phil Neal in quickly. Dalglish. Here's McDermott. That's set up for Rush. And it's played short for Whelan. Here's Rush. Nice move by Liverpool. There is a feeling they've got their game together in recent matches, and that interchange inside the penalty area was typical of them. Dalglish involved early on, Rush and Whelan exchanging passes, and Rush too high. Good length this time on Bradshaw's kick. That's Alan Hansen. McDermott. Whelan. He's got Rush to the right and Dalglish through the centre. Well laid off, Phil Neal. And Dalglish again in space. Pulled it back. Oh, and Lawrenson got there. What a good stop by Bradshaw. And Dalglish twice involved in the move. Excellent football from him. A layoff to Phil Neal. Found space for the return. Cut the ball back dangerously. Mark Lawrenson timed his arrival perfectly. And a good reaction save. Souness. Andy Gray. Back to Gallagher. Looks for Clark. Clark again. Tarkin. Square for Gallagher, but intercepted by Dalglish. Only on to Matthews, though, who scored the winning goal against Liverpool on the opening day of the season at Molineux. Mick Matthews. Oh, and Gray's made a good run here. Thompson cut it out, but there's no doubt that Wolves are playing Gray in a more withdrawn role than normal. He's playing behind the front two, coming from midfield. And the interesting thing is, he's being marked by Souness, the two Scottish internationals in close combat. Good ball from Souness for Mark Lawrenson. And how well he accepted it. McDermott. The momentum lost a little bit, but Liverpool always keep possession. Neal. That was Rush. Here's Souness. Whelan feeding it through again. Dalglish, and Bradshaw not gathering it, but Palmer away. What a good start Kenny Dalglish has made to this match. What a handful he's going to prove for the likes of Joe Gallagher on the early evidence. Here's Dalglish again. McDermott's well forward this time. Peter Daniels made a good run here behind Alan Hansen. It's earned him a throw. John Richards being closely watched by Hansen. So it goes to Matthews. Now Richards. And now Matthews. Oof. Grobbelaar had already gone. Thompson cleared it. Matthews again. And Grobbelaar comes to meet Atkinson, and it's gone in. Atkinson got in front of the goalkeeper, and he's put Wolves ahead. Well, first of all, Phil Thompson cleared the shot, but Matthews wasn't giving up. He got the ball back, he crossed it, and Atkinson got in front of Grobbelaar, and that's 1-0 to Wolves. Souness. Real shot for Liverpool to go one behind in virtually Wolves' first dangerous attack, and here's Gray. And the goalkeeper at the second attempt. And Phil Thompson will want to start things off on the right now with Phil Neal. McDermott's in the inside right position. Dalglish is... Oh, here's McDermott. Well, he missed the target, and the two men who will be relieved are Gallagher and Berry, because that wasn't really a ball that should have gone through. The two centre-backs got in each other's way. And as they did so, it fell for McDermott, and he fired wide. Little misunderstanding between two players who, until then, were getting along very nicely together. Hansen. Daniel. Richards. And here's Gray. And Parkin. Oh, Matthews now in a good position. That's nicely done to Clark. Liverpool come away with Kennedy. Dermot's there, so it's Souness. Oh, what a save from Graham Souness by Paul Bradshaw. He hasn't surely middled a better shot than that all season. From the corner, Whelan for Liverpool, back to McDermott. Here's Phil Neal on. If his control had been better, he would have had an even better shooting chance. Clark. And Souness must still be thinking, how did the goalkeeper turn that over? Here's Berry. Matthews. And Gray wins it for Wolves to Richards. Gray is still in support. And Palmer, Richards. So the Wolves chairman, Harry Marshall, pretty happy, I would think, with the way things are at the moment. So Wolves lead at half-time, having broken their barren spell without a goal at Anfield when Atkinson put them ahead after 16 minutes. Wolves have come here playing with Andy Gray in midfield. So far the plan has worked well, but perhaps thanks more than anybody to Paul Bradshaw, who made that thrilling save just before half-time from Graham Souness. Reception for Bradshaw from the Kop at the start of the second half. But the crowd there will be hoping they can inspire these Liverpool players as they attack that goal, one down. And that normally makes for quite a second half at Anfield. Here's Phil Neal, McDermott. Liverpudlian Joe Gallagher marshalling the Wolves' defence. It was not his first goal for Wolves, but his first goal this season in the league, Hugh Atkinson. Neil to Rush. Drove it across, oh, and Whelan came in. Ian Rush, the provider, with a nice pacey run coming in from the right. The ball played in, and Whelan taking it first time. Atkinson. On the Liverpool bench, and you can see Jim Barron, the Wolves coach, on the far side shouting as well. Somebody there to keep order, I think. Here's Clark. Gray. Atkinson. Richards is Matthews. Oh, that's scooped, and he hit the bar. Well, Mick Matthews in an orthodox shot there on the volley, but it was dipping and it deceived Grobbelaar. And it could have been 2 for Wolves. Neil. Lawrenson. Gray. Through the middle. John Richards making a run, and Gray, in fact, preferred to look for Wayne Clark on the left, and it didn't work out. But Andy Gray's role today is interesting. His future is obviously open to some speculation, as it has been most of the season, but he's always given his all for Wolves wherever he's been asked to play, and he's certainly continued in that vein today. And Liverpool are going to make the substitution. Alan Kennedy is coming off, so Liverpool replacing a defender with an attacker. Kennedy's replacement is David Johnson. There goes Dalglish. Thompson. McDermott. Neil. The long ball for Johnson. Tangling with Gallagher. Whelan. Johnson. Rush! Hooked it back against Parkin, the Copperfield for hands, but not the players. Whelan. Neil. Souness. Now Lawrenson. Liverpool player after another, but can they get through? And the header there was by Whelan coming through. And it found Bradshaw, who's having a very, very good day, as goalkeepers tend to do at Anfield, in absolutely the right place. 20 minutes to go. 1-0 to Wolves. Clark. Well, Grobbelaar hasn't had an awful lot to do. He saw one shot strike the bar in the second half. Johnson had a free kick there against Derek Parkin. So Johnson retrieving the ball. Dalglish makes his run. Here he is. Souness. Hansen's up there with Parkin. Here's Neil. Corner. Rush left it and scooped over by Whelan again. Well, he's had a bit of bad luck in that penalty area, in that he's had to take nearly everything that's come to him first time and hasn't yet got one on target. Whelan. Palmer with Richards going down the right, and Clark. Hanson trying to save it. And it was Clark that pushed it over the line for a goal kick. Point about Wayne Clark, I think, is that the acting manager Ian Ross feels he's better used as a striker out and out rather than in the somewhat more withdrawn role that he's played from time to time. Well killed by Ian Rush. Dalglish getting a foot in. Whelan to Johnson. Oh, and the header's to Whelan! Whelan gets it in at last. Most of the chances have fallen to him, and he puts that one away nicely. David Johnson's inclusion into the attack as a substitute pays immediate dividends. Set the chance up on the right. Got the ball in, and Ronnie Whelan's header right in the corner. It came 15 minutes from the end, and suddenly it's a different game. And the Liverpool substitution coming when it did appears to have tipped the balance in Bob Paisley's favour. McDermott. Soon as turning it in, Dalglish. Berry just got a foot in when it mattered. The referee got in the way. It hasn't helped Wolves at all. Dalglish. And Gray's back there again. And that's too strong from Lawrence and from McDermott. Matthews, all robbed by Ronnie Whelan. And Whelan finds Rush, who slipped slightly. Support is behind him, and George Berry cut that off. Richards, Whelan, Souness, Neil, Dalglish. Oh, what a goal! Wolves have got three players on the ground, flat out in the area. Bradshaw is one. But how do you stop a goal like that from a player like Kenny Dalglish? Well, Dalglish, they said earlier this season, had lost his scoring touch, but never write off a player who can finish like that. What a goal. And Liverpool take the lead for the first time with just 6 minutes to go. Whelan. By the way, the attendance this afternoon of 26,438. That's the lowest crowd of the season for a league match here at Anfield. Thompson, Daniel for Wolves, and Neil for Liverpool. Now, Wolves had pushed players forward then, and there might be just the chance of 2 against 2 up there. Referee's checked his watch. And Liverpool show again that you can never write them off. Kenny Dalglish wins the match with a brilliant goal. But until a quarter of an hour from the end, Wolves were leading and resisting, and Liverpool just wanted a change of fortune, and Ronnie Whelan provided that. The substitution perhaps also timely, and Liverpool take the 3 points on a day when Wolves certainly couldn't be accused of giving anything less than their very best.
What a near miss for Wolves, but Liverpool maintain their recent improved league form, and those above them won't need reminding that they're still in the trophy game.